We're doing a dinner direct from Nonna's recipe book as we make a classic spaghetti pie and save room in the oven for dessert as we make banana bread butt pudding. I'm Jeff Philbin. This is Dinner and Dessert DeeAs. Chef John Antonacci is my guest today in the Dinner DeeAs kitchen, a friend of the show and friend in life, and the executive chef at Tampa's Epicurean Hotel. Bring it in, my man. I'm so happy to see you right now. This is going to be a lot of fun today. Because how you been?
Good.
You been good?
Yeah, I've been good.
I love to hear that. Chef John is bringing us two dishes that are easy to make and bake as they both end up over there in the oven. First up, his Nonna spaghetti pie. Then later, save some room in the tummy and in the oven for dessert as we're going to be making a banana bread pudding. But first up, a truly family special recipe, a spaghetti pie from your Nonna that's made by multiple generations of your family. And this has been passed down generation after generation after generation.
Correct.
Okay, and who's this right there?
That's my Nonna. So
That's your Nonna. So does that make you the little guy right there?
Yes.
That is you? That's a little John Antonaccio right there.
I love the hair.
All dressed to the T's over here. Now this is like at the scene in The Godfather, right? Like this is like the whole like wedding scene over there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's what I thought. All right. Looking good, Hollywood, but that is Nonna.
Yes.
And this is her recipe.
Give or take, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure the generations have modified it.
Okay.
I've modified it a little bit.
You've modified it a little bit.
Yeah, but that's part of the fun too.
I'm sure it is because everyone gets involved in that process. They all have to have a little bit of that because this is something that not just you're carrying on that tradition, but your mom's carrying on this tradition, your sister. And now this is your mom and your sister with you?
Yep.
Okay, you're almost wearing the exact same suit too. I mean,
It's just a little bigger.
You trade out a boutonniere for a pocket square, and yeah, you kind of grew into it a little bit.
A little bit.
But you're looking good. The family looks beautiful, and rightfully so, my friend. So how do we do Nonna's spaghetti pie, Justin? How do we get started?
So this is real, a lot of my recipes are simple, but this one, straightforward.
Love
cheese, pasta, meat, you're good.
Do you need anything more right now than just that right there? I don't think so. All right.
So we're gonna start with the eggs.
So the eggs are going into a bowl, and you've already cooked something over here. This looks like just a little bit of Italian sausage over here?
Yeah, so my twist on it is hot Italian sausage.
Okay.
And then this is fairly simple. We're just gonna make sure everything's fairly mixed thoroughly. So a little red onion, a little chopped garlic.
Okay, just a little, right?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, okay.
That's a little bit. And now we have pecorino romano,
Very nice.
grated Parmesan. I mean, this doesn't look terrible already.
I mean, I just kind of want to start going with this already. It's you kind of getting me.
I'm gonna mix this a little bit.
And now this is going to be the glue. This is going to bind everything together.
Correct. So keep that. There we go. Ricotta cheese. And now you can flavor the ricotta cheese if you want.
Okay.
You can use different types of cheese. You can use goat cheese if you want to get fancy.
And that would give it a nice little bit of a tang behind it, but
Yep.
this is just going to give it a nice creaminess, it sounds like.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna add a little bit of mozzarella.
Oh, yeah. Now you're kind of sealing the deal for me.
I mean, right now this is mostly cheese.
That's exactly it. Like, I think we got something here.
Right. And then, so this was kind of like a cheat almost.
Okay.
You don't have to add flour. My grandmother always, she would add Bisquick to kind of use it as a binder.
Bisquick instead of the flour. Like,
I think it's just something she grabbed and she kind of stuck with it.
and then it was like, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Everyone's liking it.
Yeah.
And generations later, it's still working. So, correct. It's not broken, folks.
Right. So yeah, a little bit of Bisquick. So this is almost going to give you almost like pancake batter consistency.
Yeah. But you can really see that it's starting to really thicken.
Oh yeah.
And that's the texture that you're looking for. This is that consistency here.
Yeah, it's almost like I said, it's almost like a really thick pancake batter.
Yeah.
All right. Put a little parsley in there. Let's mix that up. A little bit of pepper. Just a little bit of salt because you have so much cheese in
You
there.
got all those cheeses.
Oh, it's too
and
much.
that's where, folks, like, just make sure that you temper that because there's a lot of salinity happening already.
So now that we have this cooked kind of room temperature, you don't want to put it in while it's hot.
Okay. So we let this cool. Now it's good.
Then you're just gonna dump this in there.
And go straight in. All of those fat, those oils that have rendered out, that is flavor.
That's all flavor.
You want that. And you want to do Chef John's dinner, dessert, or both. Just grab the recipes at our website, dinnerdeas.com. Or find us with the camera app on your smartphone by pointing it at the box in the corner of the screen. Just zoom in so it's big enough in the frame, and a link to us should appear. And all we're doing now is just folding all these ingredients together.
That's it. A little bit of spaghetti.
Now this is some cooked spaghetti.
Cooked spaghetti. So the idea behind this is, like arancini is a way to use leftover risotto.
Yeah.
You ball it up, you add some more cheese or whatever, and you fry it. So this is another idea of using leftover spaghetti as opposed to trying to reheat it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start using my hands because this is
where it kind of gets a little messy over here. This is where you got
the fun part.
Clean hands, bring the family together, bring the friends, get the neighbors involved too. Why not?
Why not? Oh yeah. So if you look, you could tell it's pretty pasty.
It really is. And like you were saying it just a moment ago, there's not that much moisture behind that. So that pastiness is actually your friend with what you're looking for.
Absolutely.
Okay.
What we're gonna do, we're gonna grease this pretty well. I'm gonna dump this right in there.
It's going straight in.
That's it.
It has like, because of the egg and the cheese, it has like a carbonara almost.
Almost, yeah.
In
That's a good way to
right?
put it.
You know, like it's kind of got that vibe.
It's almost like a baked carbonara.
Oh, that looks so good. So what do we need to do next with this?
We're just gonna
Top it with more cheese?
More cheese.
More cheese. We need more cheese. Oh.
That's it. We're gonna throw it in the oven. 20 minutes, maybe 30.
Okay.
Just kind of keep an eye on it. Look at it after 20.
Just that golden brown and seeing everything start to really kind of bubble. That's your cue.
Yeah. You just basically want that egg to set.
Just the
Everything
egg.
else is cooked.
Oh, I can't wait. We got to put this in the oven because that's dinner, kind of. But when we come back, we do dessert too in a recipe which doubles as a way to use up bad bananas. Ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz, where we have two dishes. That's right, count them, two dishes on the menu today, thanks to Chef John Antonaccio from Tampa's Epicurean Hotel. His Nonna's recipe for spaghetti pie, which is baking in the oven as we speak, plus his very own recipe for a banana bread pudding, which we're about to do. And talking on menus, since you were last on the show, my friend, now you started a whole prefix menu Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays over at Elevage, which is the restaurant inside the Epicurean Hotel. So,
Correct.
How's that going? What's going on there with this?
It's kind of give us an outlet to kind of like let the chefs kind of express themselves a little bit.
Right on.
You know, we have a menu that's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Like I said it before, and I'll say it again, our biggest seller is chicken wings. But this gives us like that outlet. Let's have some fun. Let's be creative. Let's use something seasonal. Let's do a theme or whatever.
You get to challenge yourselves on a regular then at that point.
Correct.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right, I love to hear that. But as for our menu today, here's what you've missed if you just joined us. Before the break, we cooked up Italian sausage. Now, we like the spicy, so we've got a nice hot Italian ground going into ours for our spaghetti pie. Then mix together eggs, red onion, garlic, pecorino, parmesan, and ricotta cheeses, adding mozzarella, some Bisquick, yes, that's right, Bisquick, parsley, cooked spaghetti, and the cooked sausage. Spraying the inside of a pie pan with a non-stick spray, then adding the filling, plus we add a little more cheese on top there.
A little bit.
A little bit, just a little bit. And got in the oven where it has to bake for about 20, 30 minutes. But really, that egg it has to set. That's when we know that it's really ready.
Yeah, that's all you're looking for.
So while it's doing its thing in the oven, what are we gonna do next over here?
So we're gonna make bread pudding. This is one of my favorite things to make in any restaurant. I'm kind of fascinated, both sweet and savory. I like doing
kind
both.
of straddles the line on that part, like really well.
I mean, it's basically stuffing with sugar in it.
You know what? You're kind
Give
of,
or take.
Yeah. All right.
So we're gonna take just we have some eggs, nutmeg, cinnamon, a little bit of brown sugar. Just gonna kind of mix those together.
And these are staple ingredients that you're gonna probably have in your cupboard.
Yep.
Because bread pudding is a really great dish when you're having something that might be, hey, kind of going bad or something. You know, like your bread is a baseline for it, where it's just like.
You always have bread somewhere sitting.
Yeah.
And it's not always perfect. And then you sit it for another week, and you're just like, well, I can't eat that.
Yeah, because it's like, you know, you start like hitting on it, and then when it doesn't give any movement back, it's like, okay, hey, this was too far.
A little bit.
But when it's kind of is starting to get to that point, like, you don't have to just throw it away.
No. And that's the idea, is like, in my house, like bananas, if my daughter eats it or not, are very hit or miss. So she'll eat them all, or she'll never touch them.
Okay.
And we usually save the banana. I usually put the bananas with the skin on in the freezer.
Okay.
Usually for smoothies or whatever. But
Love it.
stale bread, overripe bananas, make some bread pudding.
Okay. I love that. And does it always have to be a sweet bread?
No, this is actually just some plain white bread.
That's it.
Yeah.
Simple.
You're adding enough sweetness to it. So here we're gonna add our milk to our eggs, sugar, cinnamon, and nutmeg. And this is just to make sure it's kind of mixed well together.
If you've got a bunch of bananas going the wrong color or some bread that you just need to use up, grab Chef John's idea for dessert recipe at dinnerdeas.com. Scan the QR code in the corner of the screen to find us right now on your phone.
All right. So you could do one of two things. You can add the bananas here, you can add them here, kind of up to you.
Okay.
I like adding the bananas now, because when you start to mix this up, because I'm going to use my hand to mix this, you kind of mash them up a little bit.
Okay,
and
cool.
So you kind of get a little bit more banana everywhere.
I like that part. I like that idea.
And this will take a lot, if not all of this liquid.
Yeah, because it's just going to be a sponge.
Yeah, this should look like paste.
All right, so we're going for paste again. All right. I know your food is tasty and delicious, but now I've also got the word pasty in it. So we go tasty and pasty.
Tasty and pasty. So what I'm just doing here, so in essence, you can let this sit for 10 minutes.
Okay.
And you're probably good to go. Overnight is ideal.
Okay, so that's a big delta. Like 10 minutes to overnight.
It all depends on how dry your bread is.
Fair point on that point. Okay.
Right. So this is fairly fresher white bread than usual. Usually your stale bread's going to be hard, no moisture whatsoever,
Yeah.
so it's going to take a little bit longer.
It's going to take that time.
Right. In essence, this would look like in the morning, this will be one solid mass.
Yeah. It's good.
That's good.
It's good.
All right, so we're gonna take a nonstick here, a little nonstick spray. You ever seen a theme? It's the pasty things that we're just baking in large containers.
But that's the joy sometimes in cooking, right? Because like when you were here the last time and you're making that one pan wonder for your wife, that's it. It's like simple, easy kind of foods. It doesn't always have to be so complicated.
And you're gonna wow people with this. This is straightforward.
Well, you
simple.
wowed your wife with that dish, and you're wowing me right now with these two dishes. So, and speaking of, how is your wife doing?
She's good. She's good. She's staying busy. The kids at the theater keep her busy.
Right on.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And now this is, I mean, literally just kind of making sure that you're putting it in, kind of flattening so that way it gets a surface area around, because right now you've got bread pieces that are filling in the cracks, the liquid is starting to kind of move it around a little bit, and all you're just trying to do is just even, right?
That's it.
That's it.
This is really good with coffee too in the morning.
Oh, I can imagine.
I didn't say that too loud today.
Oh, but like this is kind of like dope because like I'm seeing all of this, like, you know, the texture, because you're gonna have all these little bits of, you know, the top of the bread there.
Oh, yeah.
Just kind of gives it a more crunch factor.
I mean, you could dust this with cinnamon. You could, you know, once it's done, you can do a little powdered sugar. Kind of all up to you. All right, so then we're gonna take this. We're gonna wrap it in foil.
Okay. And then how did you know the proper amount of liquid? Because like I see we still have some left. You just want to have a nice even coating for it?
Yeah, you just kind of want it to be slightly soupy.
Slightly soupy.
Right.
And that's going to really...
That'll all seize up on it too.
I love that.
Again, we're waiting for eggs to set.
Okay.
So we're gonna cover this. Now, a little trick is, because sometimes the foil can stick.
Yeah. So you just spray
okay.
the underside of it so that way then it doesn't...
Just cheat a little bit.
It's not cheating. It's a tip, my friend, okay? He's giving you tips. Take them. Now, you're also doing this on a second tray as well.
Right, because you have to bake this in a water bath.
Okay, so the water bath is an important step here.
Yes, it's extremely important because you want that to cook evenly.
Okay.
We're going to bring this over to the oven. And then we're going to grab some extremely hot water.
So add the water to the pan at the stove area, okay? Make sure that it's over the oven. You have the greatest control because it's a flat surface. You're not gonna trip, you're not gonna hurt yourself. Safety first when it comes to being in the kitchen.
All right.
And that's good to go.
So we're gonna bake that for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And then we're gonna uncover it. I'm gonna get it nice and crunchy on
Get a
top.
nice little crunch on effect?
Yeah.
Ooh, boy.
That'd be awesome.
With dinner and dessert both in the oven, we're taking another break. But when we come back, Chef John shows us a quick vinaigrette to spiff up a side salad ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs, where dinner is a family recipe for a simple spaghetti pie, and dessert is banana bread meets bread pudding, both courtesy of Chef John Attanaccio from Tampa's Epicurean Hotel. Before the break, we made the banana bread pudding, mixing eggs with cinnamon, nutmeg, and brown sugar, adding milk, then sliced ripe bananas, pouring it all over diced stale bread, which can then sit overnight to let the flavors really come together. But we couldn't wait, so we got it in a pie pan, we'd given a coating of nonstick spray, covered it with foil that also got a little bit of spray so that it wouldn't stick and burn on there, and then we put that into a second pan, adding water to help it cook evenly, then baked it for about 25, 35 minutes, but again, we just want those eggs to set. That's really the key here for that one.
Right.
Okay. What do you got going on over here inside our blender?
So this is just to kind of add a little bit of, add a little bit more to the spaghetti pie.
Love it.
None of my family does this.
None of your family does this. So this is what you were saying earlier. This is where you get to have a little bit of fun to put your own little stamp on it too.
Correct.
All right.
So if you notice, there's no tomato in that, and that's spaghetti. So I was like, well, what do we do to, so tomato vinaigrette.
A tomato vinaigrette. All right, cool.
So we got a little bit of fresh tomatoes in here, sun-dried tomatoes, a little bit of Claiborne chili.
Nice. Give it a little heat.
Little heat.
Adjust accordingly to what you like, but I think we like it a little spicy over
I think
here.
so.
We've established we like it a little spicy, but you at home, do what you want.
We also added red wine vinegar and just a little bit of sugar.
Just a little sugar, and that's really to help with that balance of the vinegar piece.
Right.
That's what it's all for.
Now, we're gonna emulsify.
Okay. And what does emulsify mean then?
To me, it's making it look pretty.
It's making it look pretty, but it's really now where the oil's gonna mix and
Right.
really just become one homogenized liquid base now.
Correct.
With that, and this is a part you have to do slowly. So we've taken our time to make sure we got the right consistency that we wanted here, and now slow.
So we're gonna bring this up as high as we can.
Now we slowly brought it up to speed. Now we're slowly incorporating our oil in. And you can see the colors changing a little bit. It went from a very nice dark red, and now you're getting almost like that nice pink, because as it's emulsifying, it's truly being incorporated with all of those liquids, all of that vinegar, all of the tomatoes, the acids that are in there. Grab Chef John's recipe for this quick vinaigrette plus the banana bread pudding and his Nonna spaghetti pie at dinnerdeas.com, or use your phone to scan the QR code in the corner of your screen. Look at that.
Let's give it a little taste.
Yeah, those colors really did change on that.
Yeah, look at the color of this.
It looks beautiful. And look at the consistency now. Look how smooth that is. And that is just letting it do its thing.
That's it.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
It's like a bright orange. I love that.
It's pretty good.
That's really good.
That's really good.
Little heat, little acid, subtle sweetness from the tomatoes that's going through.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, come on now, my man. One last break. When we come back, dinner and dessert should be done. Join us to get them out of the oven and onto the plate ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs with not just an idea for dinner, but dessert too, from Chef John Antonaccio, executive chef with Tampa's Epicurean Hotel. First we made is Nonna's spaghetti pie, which we're serving with the tomato vinaigrette we made before the break. And that vinaigrette looks absolutely stunning over here.
Fantastic.
And so the spaghetti pie just sits right on top of that. Vinaigrette here.
A couple of fresh tomatoes.
Oh, beautiful.
Now we're gonna add a little bit of ice cream to our bread pudding.
And then we've got our beautiful banana bread pudding here. And for added measure, just a little dollop of some vanilla ice cream over here.
There we go.
You get the best of both worlds. You get pie and pie.
That's it.
Well, thanks to Chef John for another super simple, delicious dinner and dessert idea that I can't wait to get into. And if you just joined us, see how we made them both by watching the show over again at dinnerdeas.com, where you can also grab the recipes. We have a link to the Epicurean Hotel where you can see this man and you can sample Chef John's cooking in person. I'm Jeff Philbin. Thanks for watching and see you next time with more ideas for dinner, as we call them, Dinner DeeAs.